Hello and welcome back to Space Engineers. My name is Rabenschild. The salvage truck, rover, whatever we want to call it, proved its worth. And I put some work into it. We might have to fix some issues with it, but I will do that over time. Problem is that it really gets back heavy, and then we have to see how we can drive it back. I might put some mass blocks in the front, just maybe ones that I can just turn on, so that it hopefully balances out the weight of the cargo in the end. I have to work on that. I didn't finish this. I started this. A cabin for someone that maybe can man the turret on top. By the way, that's Scalabjorn's low power pulse laser. People asked, so maybe you'll want to know. The whole thing, by the way, the whole ship is gone. That came down, and I removed everything just with this thing. People said it would be easier to just have a bob. Yeah, it would be easier, but I need to switch things out sometimes. So sometimes I need to go and do things in a very different way. So yeah, with a bob or a build and repair system. Most people call it bob, I think, because other people call it bob. For me, it's always the nanobots or the build and repair system. If I would use that, I wouldn't have to do this, and I could even, just grind down to hack and grind down to capture, so I could even bring back the whole thing. But again, I want to have something that I can use to just get rid of stuff lying around. And again, I have the idea to maybe be able to switch that out so that I can put some drills in the front or something like that, so that we can, if we need stuff like that in our build operations, so that we can drill out pathways or something like that. I'm not sure yet. That will be a thing for the future, but it's good for both things. But I said today I want to concentrate on this thing. I wanted to build a new miner, and I want to try to build something really oversized with vector thrust engaged. This thing right now, it took a while to connect it to the connectors here. The thrust is just too big, and it's not heavy enough to have the crazy thrusters on there. With I've turned up the rotor strength quite a bit, so I'm not sure if that's good. We will have to see. What we need today is I want to have large cargo containers and some drills. I wanted to go in the large grid format here. It makes a bit more sense to me. The thrusters are a lot stronger, and it might be easier to just lift a good amount of cargo. I think I will go with 2 cargo containers here and hope that is enough, and that it doesn't throw off the vector thrust too much. That's the concern I have a bit, that the weight and all that stuff could really affect not the thrust, but maybe the script itself. Not sure how that works out. I don't want to go with a rotor drill or something like that. I think that's not needed. I want to have it mobile. If that doesn't prove its worth, then we will go with a different thing, because again, flying this thing to the connector was already a challenge. Good, let us put some drills below it. I will go with a roundish a roundish... Why do I have that turned on? With a roundish setup here, we will have... This is 9... Maybe a few more. I hope that the drills are not so heavy that I run into problems here. And we need an ore detector somewhere. Maybe I can integrate that somewhere higher up. I want to put some braces around the cargo containers so they don't get destroyed. And maybe I can integrate an ore detector somewhere in here. Good. I will just bring back everything that I get and not make any effort of removing anything, putting on stone dusters or refineries to just get rid of material that we don't need. I will just keep everything that this thing is able to grab. I hope that I can get it to run today. The blocks hopefully help to offset the whole problem with it wildly swinging on me. That's something that I really need to get rid of. Okay. Good. I would like to have more drills. Maybe we should just try to not overload it, but put some more drills onto it. It might not be even necessary to have this many drills. I could go with modded drills and then the whole problem would be really solved. But this seems to be a lot nicer. Okay, that's this thing again. It will not be able to just sink into the ground. I will have to dig out an area and then go in and okay, with more drills we can bring the ore detector to somewhere down here. Maybe a modded one. One of the detector weak. We will go with this one. Turn that way. And the rest will be connected up to the drills. It doesn't need to be, doesn't need to really look nice. Maybe we can do something with color later. But for now, it hopefully just works. That's my main concern right now. Should we try it out the way it is right now? Let me sit down. That's something. We need a way to get inside of it. Turn on the thrusters. Release the lock. I've turned on the thrusters. Why doesn't it work? Why doesn't it work? Thrusters are on, dampers are on. Cruise false. Is it not strong enough? But the thrusters are not rotating at all. Because they are turned off. I don't understand that. Ooh, okay. Maybe I need to... Please, 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 please don't roll over now. It is not strong enough. No, they stopped working again. Recompile? Maybe that helps. Okay, stand by. Now. Yes. Ooh, that works a lot better now. Before it was really crazy, yeah, jittery. It kind of turned on its own. And now it seems that's gone. Ooh, that's neat. Let us fly to one of the areas where I can drill. GPS. We have some Earth, orbit, planetary base. Okay, then I need to take a look if silver cobalt planet. Not that I need that. Maybe we can just go for this. Take a look what's closer. Okay, there's something over there. We'll go to there. That's maybe a bit nicer. It flies a lot better. This flies a lot better than it did before. And it seems it can really hold its own. I hope that it doesn't get too crazy when there's weight added to the whole thing. That wouldn't be nice. Oh, this is a bit of a success really early on in the video. Because again, it's hard to describe. The whole thing was very, very jittery and very unstable. I have to turn up the rotor power, and when you have a really light craft that is just able to, it is able to fly, but again, I had to remove gyroscopes. It seems that gyroscopes are, don't know. If you run into a problem with your vector thrust craft and it is too fast on the draw, then try to remove gyroscopes. I have 2 on here now. I had 4 before, and with the bigger gyroscopes, that's just crazy. Good, let us take a look. The ore detector, is that one ready? It's turned on. We will just bring it up to full. We don't have antennas. Okay, I will deal with that later maybe. Let us get a bit closer to it. The question is always, how does the weight affect the whole thing? Okay, what do we have below here? Nickel. Okay, slowly towards the ground. And then we start drilling. It looks crazy. I should maybe try to get a camera somewhere on the bottom. Maybe I can remove one of the drills. It works. It definitely works. I like it. That is so neat. I think I tried that before, but there it didn't really work. Maybe that was because I didn't set up the rotor strength really well enough. Can we just plunge down? Can. It is a bit... It is a bit brutal. It starts to kind of misbehave when you just plunge down. not misbehave. You hear the clanging and then the whole thing shakes. But maybe I'm just too fast. Maybe I should give it a bit more time when it drills down. Let us really go. That's crazy. I like it. Okay, let us. I'm trying to avoid innuendos deliberately. Oh no! It pulled in all the. It pulled in all the uranium that I had. I will have to remove that later. Hopefully this thing doesn't crash so that we can bring that back. Did it find anything interesting? See, it found... What? How much stone, how much silicon? That's neat! That's a good amount. We can just do plunge. Yeah, we should call it the plunger. We can just plunge into the ground and then just pull it out again and have a good amount of stuff on us. And it seems to be really strong still. So it can still fly up when I pull out the whole thing. That's neat. Oh. Okay, that's the... I might, instead of putting not only a camera on here, I might put a remote control on here so that I can switch from the cockpit to the remote control so that we then basically get this steering mode instead of having to deal with it this way. Not sure if that would be better, but having a camera would definitely help. That's one thing we will do. It's a bit weird, awkward, not weird, awkward to fly because we have to basically rethink the directions that we are flying into, but in the end it works out. So it works like if we would cut off from all our other mining rigs, if we would cut off the drilling portion and then just use that to fly away. That works nicely. I'm kind of stalling because this thing already works. I don't know what to do anymore. I thought it would be more problematic. Okay. Okay, come on. Are you full or what is the problem? Did it stop drilling? I might push on some drills on the side so that the hole just gets a bit bigger and we don't end up having to be too careful. Now we have to be careful, and we can still, I think we can still put on some thrusters. The whole thing still has enough power for anything, and we still, so we have a good amount of weight left that we can just fill up with whatever we want. See that? We've barely filled one cargo container, and we still have enough power when it comes to, take a look at the power bar. So if I go up, we just go up to 7 or something like that for now. And if we lose control over it because there's maybe not enough thruster power on there, I can just stick some small thrusters on here, and we can use them to just further our thrust. Further our thrust. That's not a thing. To make the thing, when it comes to thrust, a lot more powerful. I could bring in some gyros that are usually turned off so that I can turn them on when I need them, kind of. The cool thing here is I really don't want to have gyros because I want the thing to just point down. And the gyros, okay, I need them to go into that direction, but I don't need them to do this direction, so the up and down motion. Pitch, I think it's the right thing. I just want to have the yaw. The roll I would like to completely turn off, kind of. Because that direction I don't want at all. I just want to have it point down. Maybe we can work with a level script to reach that. There is something I read. I think on Reddit I read someone said that there is something, an auto leveler. Maybe there's a block for it now. That would be something I would be interested in. The scripts are finicky, and the one I have on the helicarrier on the alien planet just crashed me too often. Okay, let me do that a bit more, and I will continue until that thing maybe cannot lift up anymore. And then I might throw out some things, and then we go back to base and maybe make some modifications. Now I will have to go back because the whole ship kind of dips down as soon as I go forward. So we have nearly a full cargo container here, and the problem is, let me see if I can show that to you. So when the ship goes forward, we sink, and that's something I really don't want to have happen. So we will put on some more thrusters, just a few small ones. We could also put, don't know, big thrusters on here. The azimuth reactor seems to be powerful enough to handle basically everything. But that's I think the issue I had in mind, that as soon as you go forward because so we see that 2 thrusters are responsible for the forward thrust, and now I run into the problem that the 2 thrusters that point downwards and are there to keep up the lift, they are not powerful enough anymore. So I hope that it can handle the connection. Hope it don't melt off the connector there. But that might be a bit of a problem, that when I come back I have to find a way to connect it up to the base. That's another thing I want to maybe build. I'm thinking about something like a ground hanger, so a tube drilled into the ground where I can just bring that thing in and maybe rest it on on the arms that are there. Maybe that works out. Have to see. Okay. Now with slow maneuvers, it's not too bad. Again, it's just starting. It's just starting to happen. So at the moment it's not too bad, but I don't want to risk not being able to bring that thing back. See, it's sinking really hard. If you go too fast, it's really sinking. We need just a tidbit more thrust, and that will be nice. I really like that thing. It's crazy. It's completely bonkers and not really necessary, but the idea is nice. Having more. This is not automatic. That's a bit bad when it comes to it, because we have so many automatic mining rigs now that I don't know. I think I'm deliberately not having one here. So let us see if that works out. We need to go up a bit. And hopefully the thruster doesn't destroy the connector that I have there. Please. When WSX10 said I have to be careful, because if the things now hit something, they will definitely break it with the rotor power. Okay, it's hitting that. Maybe some heavy armor blocks over top. I think that's something, just some heavy armor blocks over top. Maybe I can use the half blocks so that we don't destroy the connection here. Nope. Oh, what am I doing? Okay. That should work. Hopefully. Hopefully it doesn't bleed around the edges and then kills that thing. But that works out. Let me turn off the thrusters and then go into standby. The inventory should already be emptied out, or at least it should slowly empty it out. We have a lot of stone, so we don't need to go and find... Okay, the stone is being taken out, hopefully. That's something I need to change. Do I have an ingot storage? No. Small cargo container. And put this away. Okay, what do we need? I would say we should put on a bit more thrust, so that we maybe are able to fill the cargo containers a bit more. Maybe a gyroscope, one more gyroscope or something like that. Please, 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 please. Don't go too crazy. And then, come on. Thrusters always go a bit out of whack when I add something new to them. The script, I'm not sure if it's the script or if it's just the thrusters. I will have to get out of standby to write that. 3. So they are set up again. Then maybe one more gyro. I'm not sure where to put that, so maybe 2 to balance it out. And hopefully it doesn't start to get jittery again. There are the gyros. Then some drills to the sides. I want to be kind of... I want to have it so that I don't have to be too careful with drilling. That I don't have anything for this corner here. Although we can just hope that the drills here are enough to also give this corner a bit more room. I might not even need the the second cargo container. Good, that's all done. Let us do another run. I will go back to the drilling hole and then come back to you. There's an enemy coming in, I hope. That's not too much of a problem. And maybe the railguns will take care of that. Okay, let us do another try. I know that I didn't put on the camera and the remote control for now, but for now I want to see if the function itself is good and not be too concerned about stuff like the cameras or anything like that. So that will come in the next step. I'm pretty sure I could even plunge in that way. Very, very crooked, but it completely works out. Oh no, that's so nice. Come on. Problem that I have right now is that I sometimes don't see where the cockpit is, so I kind of misjudge the flight path of that thing. Okay, go down. The drills on the side. Do they make more problems than it is worth? The ship hangs up a lot more. That's not too nice. No, wrong button. Come on, down, 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 down. And a bit more to the side. Nice. I like this. Okay, the railguns start firing. On the way up, I'm getting materials too now. That's neat. Good, we have a mining machine now that we can use to grab materials down here. Not that it is really necessary, but it's good to have something like that. Next thing that we should do is maybe design a hangar for that so it's out of the way and doesn't hang there. It would be better to have something, not specialized for that, but something that this thing can use. And where it hopefully is safe. The problem that I had in the beginning, I had again. So it could be that this machine needs constant recompiling of the script. Not sure why, but it did the same. So I had to recompile the script to have it work perfectly. It does then, but that's not something I really like. Okay, good. People, I would say I continue this and then go back to the base, take a look at how much time I've used up here, and then we will, don't know, maybe end the episode or something like that. We will have to see. While flying back, I had the feeling that I kind of have to try in one of the next episodes if that thing would work with a rotor below. The drilling the hole could be a lot easier while the thing is moving. So while there is kind of like on all the other drilling machines, a drill on the bottom of the whole thing. Kind of, because right now I plunge into the hole and then I have a hole that is just a bit wider than the whole rig. And these drills on the side, they don't do a lot. It would be better to just try if the whole thing works, if the thing moves below there. And then I need a way to level the thing. That would be neat, because if I could keep it level, have the thing work below there, I could plunge a hole that is a bit bigger than the whole machine, and I think I would get more out of it. Here I need to be a lot more careful, and I need to kind of compensate for this movement, and maybe I can get rid of that if the thing moves. Problem with that is strapping a rotor below that and having the whole mass down here just rotate might throw the script out of whack, and I'm not sure if that works. I need to really test that in the next episode. And again, I want to have somewhere where I can store that thing. Maybe where I can get better to the cockpit, and where I'm not sure. So if I have some landing gears up here, I could store it kind of on the edge here, and then have a piston come out that empties out the whole thing. That might be a better idea than to store it here. Here it's just in the way. Yeah, I will work on that over the next days, and then we will go and take a look how that works. I'm not sure. It could work. If it works, that would be good. If it doesn't work, we have to go with that. We have to go with that, and then think about a way how we can solve our problems. Interesting. Good people. I hope you liked this episode with the crazy vector thrust drilling machine. And if you did like it, then please leave a like on the video. If you're new here, then click the subscribe button. I have more Space Engineers content out there, and there will be a lot more in the future. So hope you stay for a while. Good people, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. I would say, see ya guys.